What up, everybody? For over a week now, 50 Cent's been on social media going after Big Meech. Ever since Meech took some pictures with 50 Cent's op, Rick Ross, promoting a car show and welcome home concert that Ross was putting on for Meech. 50's been saying who is Tammy Cohen's and saying she's gonna expose Meech for being a rat, and also saying BMF's gonna be cancelled after the next season. Even sharing a text from Lil Meech saying Ross just gave his dad some money to pay his bills until the next season. And 50 put in the caption, "What next season?" This is all in addition to Southwest T, Terry Flannery, taking a picture with Supreme's son, another one of 50's enemies, a few months back. But at the end of the day, this is nothing new for 50 Cent. He's been using beef as a marketing strategy ever since stepping onto the national scene after getting signed with Dr. Dre and Eminem and putting out the album Get Rich or Die Trying. I'm not going to go as far as saying that the beef between 50 and Meech is fake, but either way, I guarantee 50 is using this and exaggerating it to promote the new season of BMF. I know calling Meech a rat is a major accusation, but at the end of the day, we also know about 50's love for the book 48 Laws of Power, and Law 6 of the 48 Laws of Power says to court attention at all costs. Then also keep in mind that Tammy Cohen's, the woman at the center of all this, is a credited producer of the BMF series. So this woman isn't just someone who's just now coming around. She's been involved with the BMF series from the beginning. She was even a producer in the 2012 BMF documentary, The Rise and Fall of a Hip-Hop Drug Empire. So to me, 50's just using the narrative that was already out there of Tammy Cohen being a federal informant to promote the show. But even if the beef is real, like Eazy-E said on his song Real Motherfucking G's back in the day, Dre Day only macked Eazy's payday. Because beef has been used for promotion going all the way back to the beginning of hip-hop with the group NWA. And as far as Eazy-E saying Dre Day only macked Eazy's payday, 50 could say the same thing regarding the BMF series, whether the beef between him and Meech and Terry is real or not. Because Rick Ross responded to everything that 50's been doing and saying that instead of a TV series, he's going to make a BMF big budget film. But he couldn't do that if he wanted to because 50 Cent owns the TV and film rights of BMF. 50's getting a payday from the BMF series, keeping in mind that Starz gave 50 $150 million when the Power franchise was extended into spin-offs. Getting me to the real reason why BMF's gonna be cancelled after season 4. I believe this has been planned and in motion for a couple years now, because around the time season 2 of BMF was released, it was announced all over the news BMF would be coming out with a universe like the Power universe called BMF Immortals with 3 spin-offs. And if 50 got a $150 million payday from the Power extension, he'll probably get at least close to that with the BMF extension. And I think this is not only the reason why BMF will be cancelled after season 4, because there will be 3 spin-offs replacing the single series, but also why the beef between 50 and Meech is going on right now. Also keep in mind that Rick Ross has his car show and welcome home concert for Meech the first week of June. I would almost put money on the fact that BMF season 4 will be released the same week. Like Ross even said in the video he made, all he has to do is open up his mouth and say 50 Cent's name for free promotion. And this goes both ways. 50 said that he's already convinced Starz to move forward with the BMF spin-offs, and also that the BMF Immortal spin-offs will be different than the Power spin-offs because they will switch to the police perspective at some point. I'll put a link to the interview when 50 Cent talked about BMF Immortals in the comments. But that was a couple years ago, so I feel like the writing and everything would already be set in motion for the new spin-offs after season 4. Because the fact season 3 ended with concluding a lot of storylines, I think season 4 will be the season that lays the foundation for the 3 new spin-offs. The 3 series would likely be one following Meech, and also J-Bo will also likely play a key role in that series, because 50's also teased on IG about doing a J-Bo series. So I think his story will be part of Meech's spinoff. Then the second spinoff would be following Terry when he moves from Detroit to California and eventually establishes 263. And this will be focused on Terry running the West Coast operation, and Markeisha would also play a key role in that series. And the other series, I'm guessing because 50 talked about having a law enforcement perspective, so the third series will be based off Detective Thomas Bryant and his hunt to take down Meech, because we know that he will be involved in the story until the end, eventually joining the DEA, because he was part of the flash forward scene in season 2 when Terry got arrested. At the end of season 3, Detective Bryant and Veronica Jen had just got their jobs back after taking down police corruption in Detroit. Jen said that she was headed to LA, and Bryant said that he was headed down south to hunt Meech. So this sets them up to possibly just be a part of Meech and Terry's spinoffs and not have their own. Because 50 did say that there would be a police perspective, not actually indicating there would be an actual police spinoff. And I'm hoping that there isn't a complete law enforcement series because I don't watch cop shows. But if there is a BMF spinoff from law enforcement's perspective, I guess I'd have to watch it so I can keep up with everything going on in the overall BMF universe. The hunt for BMF might have just been so big that it requires a whole spinoff just to cover that part alone. The other potential third spinoff we might see is a Lamar spinoff, like I've talked about in other videos. Because 50 did post on social media a while back that a Lamar spinoff was in motion. And personally, I'd rather see a Lamar spinoff than a Thomas Bryant and Detective Jen spinoff any day of the week. As far as the Flannery parents, Charles and Lucille, their story pretty much wrapped up in season 3 after we saw how their divorce played out. Charles is now on the road doing music, and Lucille is now the assistant pastor at her church. I think their roles will be reduced more in season 4 and reduced to guest appearances in the future spin-offs, kind of like Tasha St. Patrick's role in the final couple seasons of Power Book 2 Ghost. As far as the Flannery brothers, season 3 concluded with them taking out their enemies Remy Ransom and Henry, finding a way to move their product from state to state in spite of the Red Dogs, and having shops set up in 5 different cities: Atlanta, Detroit, St. Louis, Cleveland, and Alabama. But they encountered a major problem in the final minutes of the season finale when they found out that their plug Loco was in a Mexican prison. And they were in Mexico trying to break him out because they had no other option. If they didn't, they would have no product. I think in season 4 we'll find out that they failed at breaking Loco out of prison, and Meech will head to Cali to find a new plug. I'm pretty sure that's going to happen this season because I think Little Meech had braids at the time they were filming season 4. And as we finally see this California expansion that a lot of us have been waiting on because we never saw it happen in the Power universe, I think season 4 BMF will be the best season yet, setting up the BMF Immortals 1, 2, and 3. And there you have it. I believe the real reason why BMF is going to be canceled after season 4 is not because the series is coming to an end, but because there will be 3 new spin-offs coming out. Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments.